Hey everyone, how are you? My name is Alex and welcome back to my channel. And today I want to show you a tank that is not new. I've had this tank for quite a long time now, like probably 7 months, but it has a new setup in it and I wanted to talk about that today. And in addition to that, I also want to talk about kind of the story of how this tank got to be what it looks like today. So if you're wondering why everything is so dark around me, it's because I'm filming this late in the evening and I turned off all the lights in my room so that I could take a video of this tank with its own light on and not have annoying reflections on the glass like my nightstand lamp, for example, because nobody needs to see my nightstand lamp. You're here to see the tank, obviously. So the inhabitants of this tank, I don't know how well you guys are going to be able to see them because now they are being shy. Go figure. They were not shy 5 minutes ago, but now they are. But are my Celestial Pearl Danios. I've got 6 of them in here. And I've also got a bundle of brown ramshorns. I have a couple of very small nerite snails on the way. And I think everybody in this tank should be fine together. It should go very nicely. So yeah, this is a Walstad tank as well. It's fully planted. It has, if I go like this, you can see the bottom layer right here is dirt, and then I have about 1 inch of sand as the cap. Is that about 1 inch? Yeah, it's about 1 inch. And over here, the old substrate, just to build height. It also had a lot of really good nutrients in it, and I didn't want to give those up, so naturally I reused substrate. And this is a layer of aqua soil, and then I have some gravel and more sand up here. And I'm hoping that this very intense substrate layer will be good for the Monte Carlo that I have there. I have not been able to grow a successful Monte Carlo carpet yet, but I would like to. So I want to turn the light off because I don't want to scare the Danios. And if you see this rock right here, there's actually a bale tree pod behind it. And so the cave is much, much, much deeper. Like the cave goes like all the way back there. So it's a very deep cave, and the fish have not used it yet, but they will eventually. They're still kind of getting used to the tank. They've only been in here for a couple days, and that's also why it's still cloudy. So eventually this will clear up nicely, and you will be able to actually see to the back of the tank, but until it clears up, you kind of can't. Oh, there's somebody. There's one of them. That might be the female. There's 5 males and 1 female. Is what it is. I didn't really get to pick genders, and I've just kind of rolled with it. But yep, there they are. So this tank was originally purchased as a storage tank just to hold a few animals until I had the 16-gallon community tank rescaped. So after that was rescaped, I put them in there, and so my purple mystery snail and my male betta fish proved to be bad tank mates for everybody else, and they got put in here with a completely different scape. This tank was originally going to be for a Japanese trapdoor snail, but that didn't quite work out how I had planned, and it is what it is. So they went in here. And eventually I was able to get my male betta fish Kingsley his own cylinder tank, which I will do a separate video on in the future. Well, my other mystery snail, my albino mystery snail, he passed away. And so I moved my purple mystery snail out of here into the 16-gallon. That left this tank empty with just a bladder snail colony, which I moved the majority of those snails into the 16-gallon as well and distributed them to a couple other tanks too. Excuse me. So that's where everybody is, and that left this tank, unused. And then, I added my Danios to the community tank. My Raspors did not like the Danios that much, and they eventually got used to them, but they were kind of like at peak tolerance level. Like, They were just not that thrilled with the Danios being there, and the Danios were just constantly chasing each other. And I was like, you know what, I think the Danios are going to be so much happier if they're in their own tank. After moving them into here, they completely stopped chasing each other. They've been super chill since I moved them in here. They're not showing any signs of stress at all. They don't like my phone, I can say that for sure. They definitely do not like my phone. So it is what it is. But like, if I'm just sitting here by myself without my phone, they come right up to the glass. These guys have never been afraid of me. I would not call them shy. They're not shy. And I know everybody says they're shy, but they're not shy. And so that's where we're at now. And this was set up on Thursday. It's now Sunday. This setup was just like a few of the plants, like the kabamba and the hornwort were the only plants in there. I added these golden loydiella, the Brazilian pennywort, the lobelia, the Ludwigia, the Monte Carlo, the dwarf pennywort in on Friday? Was it? Yeah, Friday night. Or Saturday night. No, it was Friday night. Or is this? No, it was Saturday night that I added it all in. And then, excuse me, then I moved the fish in last night. That was an interesting experience. In order to move the fish in, I had to shut the lights off in the community tank and have them sleep for a few hours so that way I could actually catch them, because they wouldn't run if they were asleep. So that's what I did. That's the only way that I was able to get them, and it still took 2 hours. So yeah. So that's basically the story of this tank, and now it's here. And yes, there is an air stone. As you can see, it's not on. I have it turned off on purpose, not for this video, but because I only have it on for like maybe 20 minutes at the most. As a matter of fact, I can see a couple of them actually at the surface, so I'm going to turn it on again, because the plants are still settling in, they're still maturing, so the water is not heavily oxygenated. There's a bit of a bacteria bloom in here. I want the fish to be comfortable, so I'm going to turn it on in a few minutes and, pump some oxygen into the tank and then let it be. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this tank. It's cool. I like this tank. I'm proud of it, and I'm very curious if the carpet will do well and actually populate over the little hobbit hole, because that would be really, really cool. I wasn't really thinking of a hobbit hole because I'm not like a Lord of the Rings fan or anything, but it kind of ended up like that. So there you go. But in any case, I want to thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the brief little moments that I can get these guys on camera. And I look forward to showing some updates about these guys in the future. So again, thank you guys so much, and as always, I will see you next time.